At the dawn of time, single-celled creatures emerged from the primordial ooze to colonize the Earth. The fertile soil they found was beautiful, dangerous, and wild. However, it was also super lame because they didn't have the concept of numbers with which to rate things. Now, in the year of our spaghetti monster in the sky, 2025, two intrepid brothers have come forth to solve the world's problem. No longer will items go unrated. No longer will everyday objects escape the rule of numerical law. This is Review Everything.
Hello and welcome to Review Everything, the podcast that definitely releases on time, bi-weekly, without ever taking month-long hiatuses. Look, sometimes rating items takes it out of you and you need a little bit of a refractory period. Connor knows. This is a podcast where we rate items, experiences, ideas, and everything in between on the proprietary Review Everything tier list. I've seen a couple of you out there making your own Review Everything tier list, and I want you to know that we are very litigious and we will come after you. So take your list down. We don't want to see that shit.
We will. I want to be litigious.
Yeah, that's what I say. We will be very litigious. Like, if anybody's using our proprietary system, get fucked.
Cease and desist.
Cease and desist. An army of lawyers.
Cease and desist.
Boom. Yes, I'm your host, Ashton McCauley, a mid-list author and data scientist currently obsessed with the racket Amazon is running with their marketing analytics.
Analytics, that's very broad.
I mean, like, when you're trying to sell ads on Amazon, which is shitty in the first place because you gotta pay your tithing to the little bald man with all the books in the sky, Jeff Bezos. But then
what about handsy? No, it's all handsy now. Handsy.
Like, you give people handies, and then
no. His name sounds like handsy to me, but it's Janzy. But I don't know. It sounds. I just when I hear his name, I just feel that.
So that's me. I'm Ashton. This is who are you? Tell them who you are.
Yeah. I'm Connor from work. I'm your elder millennial. I am back in the job market, and so here's a duty for all. Did we decide on what we call our fans? Our precious fans? Because in my head,
we had a couple of options, but I don't know if we ever.
Let me try one. I'm gonna use it this week.
Okay.
You just get to hear it. You don't get to say anything.
Okay.
All right, my little mistakes. I'm back on the job market, and I need something from you. I need a good job, and by good, I mean chill manager or leader, wherever we're at. I don't want to interview for it. I am very good. The idea that I have to go talk to people that interview more poorly than I do, that doesn't seem fair. So I'm not going to go do it. And lastly, I don't want to work at all. And so if you can help me satisfy those three things, you know what? There is a Jancy in it for you. I'll come to your house. I'll give you a Jancy. And that's a cool manager massage that I don't touch you. I've lost the thread, but I need a job.
Yeah, let me reflect back to you what I'm hearing, just so that I get these requirements correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You want to not interview?
That. You were always one of my shittiest stakeholders too. Good.
We're data scientists.
You weren't at all. You weren't at all.
Look. Okay, so you want to not interview.
Mm-hmm.
You want a chill manager or leader,
mm-hmm.
and you want to not work very much at all.
And I want to be appreciated for thinking broadly and for being a little kooky sometimes.
Okay, listen. Now,
I want a sign-on bonus of at least $100,000.
No, your knee-jerk is going to be no. Have you thought about running for office? I feel like that mentality might fit pretty good in the current administration. A little kooky, not doing much work, getting appreciated for being a talented white man.
But I want to help. Ideally, I don't want to have to build a culture, like a cool culture, because I do that. Like, I do that every day of my goddamn life. I'm hoping to join one this time, or at least to ride it. And that culture, I want to be cool. Like, I don't want it to be the one you're talking about.
Into the whole Gestapo culture.
Paramilitary, none of that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Real quick, before we get into today's theme, I do want to say we have this section called Listener Suggestions every week, and we've had one, and it was great. It was cougar attacks. And if you listen to this podcast and you have an item you want us to rank, you can send us an email at revieweverythingcast@gmail.com. Right now when I check it, it's a bunch of spam, and it just makes me sad. So you can send us an email there.
I've been telling our little mistakes to email 40plusbutts.com / do you want to be on a website /HTML.
That's our other business. That's the one that we do. That's for the Patreon people.
I really like little mistakes.
ReviewEverythingcast@gmail.com. I can't guarantee we're not going to make fun of you, but you can feel like you're having a parasocial experience with us through your ear holes, kind of like when I watch YouTube videos while I eat lunch.
Oh, so speaking of, I've been waiting multiple days for this, and you had another mundane celebrity dream.
Oh, I forgot about this.
I know it. So I know it has to do with that little man beard meets food. He's a competitive eater on YouTube, but like not like the Joey Peanut Chestnut guy. Like he goes to mom and pop. He goes anywhere, all over the world, honestly, and he just
Beard
does
meets
the
food is
challenge.
great.
Yeah. So what I'm left with is you were in a bathhouse with this 5'2", extremely strong little Irish guy, and I want to know the rest because I'm betting it's mundane based on the setup, and I am going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, that is it. So we were just hanging out in a bathhouse and like a
What does
steam
that mean?
room. So like we're in a steam room. We both got towels on, and it's not like we talked or anything like that. But the whole dream was me being distracted. Like, so if you remember those '90s Nickelodeon cartoons when it would like zoom in on somebody's face and it would be super hyper detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm talking about with
we'll
Ren
put
and
one up,
Stimpy?
Yeah. Like their eyes are out and you're zoomed in and you see nostrils and veins and things.
Yeah.
Rocco,
like
they did
hairs.
it on Rocco a lot and SpongeBob, I think.
Yeah, Rocco and SpongeBob for sure. So that is, I was distracted because his body was like that.
What does that mean?
It was
what does that mean?
It was like hyper zoomed in.
It was kind of a cartoony, but
not even cartoony, but just like hyper detailed and like vascular.
Kind of like if
sprained.
RFK's face was his whole body.
Yeah, like if you put RFK under a microscope, that was that was and that's the whole dream. Is just that I was in a bathhouse distracted by his weird body, thinking about how much food he eats. Because this guy eats a lot. Man.
You were not eating food in the bathhouse.
There's nothing to do with eating food. We were just hanging out in a bathhouse, and I was distracted by his weird bod.
But were you concerned that because he eats so much food, you are in one of the worst environments for bad smells that come out of humans to have? Because it's hot, it's encapsulated. Was that a concern or no?
No, it wasn't. Honestly, like it wasn't really concerning, other than just like it was a weird image to be staring at, and then I woke up.
Okay, one more question, and don't lie. You fuck him? You guys fuck?
No, it wouldn't be mundane if we did.
I know.
It wouldn't be mundane if we did.
I don't want them to be mundane.
I know, but that's the problem. They are like. I have them all the time. They're never interesting.
Do you ever have extraordinary dreams about normal people or involving normal people?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have extraordinary dreams all the time, but obviously celebrities, it's just they're very mundane.
Hey, it's my topic. I'm gonna tell the crew.
What's the topic?
The M squad, the Miss Squad, the little misses.
The Miss Squad is good.
It is the new year. Happy New Year, A-Town. I haven't seen you in days. Literal days. We actually had a lot of fun together over the break, and I'm very appreciative of that in person and digitally.
Ate a lot of hot chicken.
But it's that time of year when you reflect and you take those reflections and you create a ball, a sphere of shame, and then you put it under incredible pressure, heat. That's mostly it. You put it in heat, and you come out with a list of things to do, so you don't feel like a fuck up the next year. Now, generally, I don't do this. I think resolutions are dumb. I think they set you up for success, and we've talked on the pod why perhaps semi-uniquely to us, maybe they don't work. But what I found is they work for you, and I have a good sense why, because you use a tool pretty effectively, way more than I do, around structure. And so I like how you approach it. And so I want to do a little bit of that. I know you're going to walk us through a cool tool that you use. I think it's cool. While reading the description for it, I didn't. Yeah.
Part of the discussion is like, is it cool, or is this just something I've done to myself that now I can't stop?
So the category this week is things that we do to ourselves, things that we incur of our own volition. And so what we're going to do is we each brought each other a conversation about a resolution that comes from one of us to the other. And I think they're generally going to be nice. And then we're going to share something that we've done to ourselves as an item. And so I'm going to kick it off. And we're going to do that by talking first. I have 3 things in my head, 3 areas of Ashton. I think about you a lot. And I think there's a couple themes of stuff I want from you. And I think sometimes I haven't been shy about sharing them. But I also think it would be unfair just to like pigeonhole you with one in case it didn't vibe. So I got 3 categories. Any sense of generally where I might be probing in a little bit with you.
Okay. Maybe this is me calling my own shot. I'm going to guess one of them is creativity.
Okay.
Or something creative related.
Okay.
One of them is going to be business related as far as my attitudes in work and business.
We'll skip that one. Yeah.
And the other one,
What's the mean one?
okay, so I'm missing the mean one. Oh, man, I'm trying to think of what I'm sensitive about.
I know. This is partly why, because when I was thinking about what you'd give me, I was like, oh, fuck, there's so many that I know he should give me, but I don't want to have to say them out loud.
Let's say is it about communication?
In a way, I would categorize that one as get good.
Okay.
It's video game based. So my first,
Is it
the
related
second
to
one,
the finals?
it's pretty much just get good. And like,
Yeah.
what can we do to get you good? Because you find fun without being actually. And so just to make sure, we have a blast playing video games. It gets competitive, and I like winning. So part of the fun for me is the strategy and like trying to work as a team, as much as like half goofs as a team and half strategy as a team. So I get a little bit. I think I know that I'm a little bit different in that way than you, because you can have more fun without winning. So I don't want to take that away from you, but I do want you to have the ability to be better. And so we can talk through that. But I think of the more genuine ones, you hit the second one. And so I don't think we're going to do that, because I already think you are finding ways to do that. And that is to more frequently appreciate how much your job doesn't suck when we know how many jobs suck right now. And that's not to say it's the best. I mean, your immediate manager, he's pretty great. It sounds like you didn't think I was going to go great, did you? Keep your fucking head on a swivel, buddy. And so it was generally just to convey to you, and this is a reminder that I think would have been helpful for me. And so really, this is you're just a mirror to me, you piece of shit. And that was, I allowed myself to absorb a lot of negativity about my work and associate things that I felt to be issues or deficiencies and kind of blamed work for it. And for sure, there's lots of times that work sucks, but you're still you. And that's on this incredible white man journey I've been taking the last 2 years. That's really been something that's come home to roost. And that is, you are who you are. You can move to California. You can get a new fucking job. If you get triggered by certain things, you're still going to get triggered by them in your next job. Maybe you'll have 6 months of that new job smell. And maybe that's worth it, because I've done that. I actually haven't. But like, you can deal with a lot of bullshit before you see the dumb. But like 6 months is kind of max. So it's just that you're doing a great job. And yeah.
I did have a graduate, like we have a grad program at my company, and I had a grad ask me today, in your past roles, were you allowed to be like you are in this role? Because I think
that's pretty cool, actually.
In her first meeting, I sent like maybe 10 memes and just, I've been known to burn the Zoom chat down to the ground, and people let me do that. It's okay.
Interesting. I don't know. You were gone. You had left right before pandemic. I'm trying to think back to our Microsoft Minisoft days, and I feel like
we were never
in the
really
pandemic.
Together.
No, we didn't. But even like big meetings, because everything went to Zoom, that I was able to start to do that. But there was this really weird culture of how they use like Teams or Slack, which like people didn't interact with it or use the capabilities, and so that was the weirder thing. But so this is the one I say we do. And this is some amount of forced spontaneity, and we can do a quantification of it, because one of the things that we're different on and that I think holds us back is that you have so much structure that it's hard to get into your human skin-based calendar. And I have no structure. And so I live day to day. And that also results in me sometimes just not doing it because it's that day and I can, so there's a trade-off. But when I looked at what you were going to give me, I think there was something there. And that is, maybe I'll throw out a starting point, and then I want to hear your thoughts. Maybe once a month, there is space for unstructured weirdness that we don't decide on what we do until maybe the night before, maybe the day of, and then we go do it.
I like that.
And it's a new thing. It's a fundamentally new thing. Oh, and one of the 12, if we're doing this once a month, is I want to go to a LARPing practice with you, or the LARP sport. I forget. It's called what's called like Juggernaut or something, but it's like it has sports rules, and so but you have big foam swords and shit. So I'd say that's a starting point. I want to do that once with you, and then a couple times through the year, I want space to get fucking weird.
I like that. Yeah. Well, like one of my
favorite outings that we've done, not every month has to be
going to that weird secondhand store.
Yeah.
And just looking at weird shit, we could buy like a Denny's sign.
And buying one.
Yeah.
You know what they have right now? They have a helicopter engine. There's a sticker on it that says, "I'm a real helicopter engine." Isn't it amazing?
I do, yeah. That store, I forget, secondhand goods, is that what it's called?
Second use. building
Use.
materials.
That store is rad. There's all
Rad,
sorts
yeah.
of good shit in there. Yeah. Okay, I'm down for this. So structured weirdness to make it achievable.
Mhm.
I do say that we say let's do it 6 times in the year.
I like that.
Um,
And one of them is me. Okay, and the other ones could be me too. But like I want you to go do weird stuff with other people.
Spontaneously just say let's do something. Okay, yeah. I like that. And I've got a space. When I talk about my second item today, I'll have a space for that.
So
I
by
do also like the
monthly
idea of
refractory
quantifying
period.
getting good though, and quantifying getting good at the
Yeah.
finals could be fun, and I might be willing to give you another space for that because I think that could be fun.
Competitive Counter-Strike?
I want to do it in the finals. So like you know how we said get 3 superbs in a row and then we can go to the special place? Like I think maybe something to that effect. So we'll see. Like maybe picking a weapon and getting to a consistent positivity rate with it.
So I would join in with you. I downloaded, and while we were waiting for Arc Raiders, there are apps, and there's this primary one, or it's a game, but it's a game that simulates shooting in other games. And so it's the physics, and then it has just a shit ton of challenges. And so it's like hit dots that show up, like an eye test. And so we could compete in that on some regular basis and actually trend and see, like, for example, I don't know what your DPI on your mouse is. I'm sure it's dumb as fuck. Like things like that we can kind of talk through and just make sure there's a baseline of good, and then we can get good.
Yeah. All right. I like it. That's
Cool.
that's solid. All right.
Do me now. Do me, daddy.
Okay. So my resolution. So I had a therapist for a long time, and he always said make intentions, not resolutions.
But you broke up with them, and
yeah, I broke up with him. So fuck that. So I was
Yeah.
really struggling with this one, but then last night I had a discussion with one of our mutual friends, and it hit me just like grease covered lightning. We need to go to Longhorn Steakhouse in Boise, Idaho, and we need to touch God by eating the Titanian. Okay, the Titanian, it's like a bloomin' onion, but it just comes on a board. It's a board of crispified onions that are just laid out before you. I want to bathe in the sweet nectar of crusted Parmesan gods just all over my body. I want to be shirtless and covered in peanut shells, and having people offer me ribeye and me saying, "No, sorry, I'm vegetarian. I'm here for your appetizers and
I
your
don't think this
appetizers only."
restaurant is
I
what
want to
you
get
think.
so full that I'm in pain and then go to the Boise, Idaho aquarium. Let's do this. Let's make this happen.
Can I? I need to. I didn't realize there was an onion treat.
Yeah, the Titanian. I think that's
No, I
if
know.
it's not
I'm
called
trying
the
to find a
Titan-
picture. I'm trying to find a picture of it.
If it's not called the Titanian, that's actually something we should trademark.
It's the Texas Tunion.
The
I don't know
Texas
why they
Onion.
had to
Pretty
add a
close.
T. What's the second T for? Just to make it extra Texas? It already says Texas.
Because I think it's like a Texas ton.
These are the
Really?
same things. Maybe it's a Cisco thing. Applebee's had these when I was little. When I worked at there, I was a hostess. I was a little lady in a dress, and I would seat people. And these are one of my
The way you
favorites.
said that made it sound like you were 8. And I don't think you were old enough for that kind of child labor to be common practice.
I was 15.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah.
15 and seating people. I wouldn't fucking be comfortable with a 15-year-old seating me anywhere.
I don't know. I don't know why they gave me a job. It was kind of like so as far sometimes I say your life's like a TV show. Mine's kind of
that's a movie right there.
So my mom dropped me off and went and ran errands and said, "Go find someone to get a job." So I just walked in and I was like, "Hey, is there someone I can talk to get a job?" And they gave me a job.
Man, it's so different now.
Yeah.
It's like you'd probably fill out like 3 online applications and go through a full loop with the Applebee's staff.
I don't know if we have any little mistakes listening that will have this problem, but just so you know, maybe you have a kid. I don't know, or demos. All 12 people that listen, don't encourage your kids to work at a chain restaurant. The people that work there are degenerates. There is a lot of drugs. The amount of times I had like a 30 to 40-year-old person, one, they just gave me cigarettes. And so I started smoking because you would get a 10-minute break. But like offered cocaine, offered to go to parties. Luckily, that's like as an introvert, that sounded awful. But yeah, don't let your kids work at chain store.
Applebee's
like
kills.
Applebee's kills in a number of ways.
Kills people.
They tried to Epstein Island me, but then they realized I wasn't a hostess, that I was actually kind of a sweaty young teenage boy.
I feel like the Applebee's Island is just like Long Island. They drive you out to Long Island. Enough about Longhorn Steakhouse. I actually have a real one for you that's genuine. We got to mess around and make music once, I think in the past 2 years, and it was really fun. It was so fun that I bought myself. Well, actually, I didn't. I got it as a gift. I asked my parents for a gift, which is difficult for me, and I got the KO2 like music beat machine, and we had a lot of fun making stuff. And I have sent you some dumb shit that I've made, and maybe I'll cut one of those tracks in here so that y'all can hear it. Like, I'll
Yeah,
probably cut
we'll both put a dumb
Rumham.
thing that we made.
The Rumham! The Rumham! Rumham!
Talking with you about music and hearing about music on this podcast, and especially about your list of things that you will never do, like skateboarding. And you had said recently that guitar might go up on that list.
Just so you know, it's not on that list for me.
Yet.
Yeah,
you said it was close.
But I mean, so time goes so fast. That to me is like maybe at 80. I have not given up on myself, but I have, given that I've had so much time, I am far more discouraged than I've ever been because I've always had the excuse that I was busy. And now that I haven't, and I found it in some ways even harder. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I think this is going to help with that, because this is something that helped me with writing and helps me with a lot of stuff. And so my intention for you is to create some sort of music without the goal of perfection, and share 3 projects with me that are half-baked. And they don't, like, it doesn't have to go any further than that. Just sharing 3 things that are half-baked with me.
Yeah. It feels so bad inside. I hate it.
You hate it?
No, this is why, like, I take things to between 50 and 80% internally.
Yeah.
And then that's it. The idea of ever, because why? Yeah. Like, I'm not good at doing things that I'm not good at.
Which is why I think this will be a good thing. Especially because it's just me. And, like, ideally, like, we can make half-baked stuff together and you can share it that way too.
I'm always down for that.
I do think that, like, sharing things that aren't final is a good way to get past the perfectionist aspect of it. And, like, I'll speak for myself. Like, I'm not here to make music that is going to be amazing. I am here to make music that entertains myself, and which is why I will share dumb beats with you every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I think it could be fun.
I like that you find joy in things. That seems cool. I need to I'm still working on that one. Hey, I have an idea that maybe we can tie things together.
Sure. Yep.
There was this thing when I was playing Frisbee. There's these group of cool Frisbee kids, and they never invited me to it, but I would hear about it. They called it like Dangerously Delicious Fridays. That's not it. But they had an adult talent show, like very low stakes. Yeah. And it was really just a reason to get together and to, like, you could do a PowerPoint, you could talk about a book you read, you can do a yo-yo. Like, it's more of an opportunity of, like, if you're working on something, to have a reason to show it off and to do it in an environment that's safe. And kind of to your point, which is no one here is a professional artist. The expectation that you would come and, like, isn't there. And so I think that would just be a fun thing to do, because I know we all, like, our group all has weird little things that we can do.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Like, the thing that inspired me about this too is, Jam Mechanics. We've both listened to Jam Mechanics. Like, they share half-baked shit that they make, and it ends up being, like, to us, it seems very good.
But that's also how you get to mastery of something, which I understand, because there are a couple things I've gotten to mastery for. So I don't know what that breakthrough is for me. Like, it takes, and maybe we'll talk about it with my next item, but yeah. Okay, so I'm super excited. So what's the structure? 3?
What's the 3 projects that are half-baked? Let's say they're at least 30 seconds in length. All right. I love it.
And they have to be net new, because I could.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can cheat however you want.
No, I don't want to cheat.
Like, there's the hardest thing punishment
the hardest thing isn't going to be doing it necessarily. It's going to be wanting to send it to you.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. I'm in. Okay. So 3 times, 3, at least 30 seconds. Okay. Rad. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
And I think you are spot on.
Yeah. Nice. Good resolutions. I'm excited about the Get Good one.
I'm excited that you're excited. What?
And the Spontaneity one. Those are going to be fun.
Yeah. So other than the LARPing one, if we are going to use one of your weird 6 slots again, I want to do some sort of, we can find a thing for you, but like rocks. I want to go do some weird rock stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I would love to go cut some.
Cool. My second item is a blast from the freaking past. And so it is P90X. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? And if so, okay. So what culturally, how big of a deal was P90X where you lived on the West Coast for your age group? Because I'm guessing
for my age group is different. For my age group is no. It was my dad's age group. Like my dad was the one who got all the P90X tapes.
Oh, he did it?
Well, he didn't do it. No,
Yeah, he had
but
the-
he had. But so when I was in my sophomore year in college, or no, junior year in college, I had a roommate who would do Ab Ripper X
Yeah, man.
religiously.
Yeah.
And so I started doing Ab Ripper X
You
3 times
did?
a week. Yeah, the same
Oh.
video every time. There was a time when I could recite it word for word.
Yep.
Down to like his little quips to the individual people.
100.
And it was deranged. And also
Yep.
that workout hurt and got me jacked.
Yep.
It worked.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my experience with Peanut.
You hit on like 2 things already, and kind of retrospect thinking about it.
This is
So-
Ab Ripper 500. This is Ab Ripper X.
Man, yeah, Tony. We have this one we still say today. It's one of the videos, but he makes like variations of the same joke, like triceps of diamonds, and so now I don't even know what the real version is because we've perversed it so much. But every once in a while, like we'll be doing something, and like I'll call out Sarah's like triceps of rubies, man. So and I was watching. I want to splice in a video. I'll send it to you. But
Okay.
it's just these fuckers. He's doing this stretch and he's doing this bit. And the stretch is like you're kind of hunched over and it's a shoulder stretch and you're kind of stirring a giant pot. And he's going around and making them all say what kind of soup they are. And one guy has okra soup and he thinks that's fucking hilarious. He had navy bean. And then there's this like cut scary German lady and she goes, German potato soup. And they love it. And you know what? It's a fine bit but when you've done that video, so to go back a little, we did it 3 times through pretty much every day for a year because it's like a 30-day program. And even as I say that, that's wrong. It's longer. It's like a 6-month program. And so we did it for like a year and a half religiously. So this is probably the first thing I did where I had the idea of it. It's not a fun or easy thing. Like this is from a dopamine perspective, this is kind of the last thing I ever thought I would do, but I found a rhythm. And then at some point, there was no option not to do it. That's what you did. That was every day after work. And so it was one of the first times that I was able to employ like the dopamine from sports into something that helped alleviate aspects of like avoiding activities or, procrastinating. And it also got me fairly jacked. I found it to be it wasn't awful as far as societal like body shape stuff. It was actually one of the first things, especially back then. It was really focused on building strength, like full body strength for both males and females. Like having muscles is cool and healthy. And they weren't there to like just drop pounds. Like it came with a nutrition program that made me eat more than I was eating before. And that actually resulted in me losing composition that I wanted to, like getting thinner or leaner, even though I was eating more food. So there's just so many things that like it kind of taught me, which is like, hey, if you do something every day, it really doesn't matter, especially if on the exercise side. It wasn't P90X that made me ripped. It definitely helped because it was a very specific thing, but it was me doing it every fucking day for 45 to an hour and 15 minutes if you have Ab Ripper X, which was 3 to 4 times a week, and you had to do that after your workout. And so a couple other things I have. So like you called out, the idea, watching it once is one thing, but now understanding or looking that we have Peloton and we have all this dynamic content, the idea that you would have to listen to the same joke 1,000 times and that they didn't have the foresight to know that people would have to do that, that is wild content to have to consume. So for
it's
me,
kind of like early Peloton when you think about
Yeah.
it. It's like Peloton now they film new classes every day, but I think I must have watched the Ab Ripper X video
no, I know, dude,
over 100 times.
no,
Easily.
yeah. There was only like 6 videos or 7 videos, depending on what you were doing. And you were often doing 2 of the same video a week, plus Ab Ripper 3 times. And so we listened to those dumb people. We stared at those dumb same outfits every day for a year and a half. So my biggest takeaway kind of thinking about it is I think this is probably the biggest boomer thing I did. Like I was in my 20s. And you couldn't order this on the internet. You had to like watch a commercial and then call and give them your credit card, and they would ship you DVDs, like $300 worth of DVDs. I sold it for 10 years later at a garage sale in Washington for over $100. And so
That
you know
sounds
what?
like gold, man. I pirated Ab Ripper X. I didn't have the DVDs.
You did?
Yeah.
Man, that's why
It
Tony
was
died.
on YouTube for a very long time. Actually, no, it was on Daily Motion. For
Yeah.
those who remember that website.
So I'm going to show you my abs right now. Proof
Okay.
is in the pudding now. But yeah, man, I don't know.
This is why you watch the video podcast.
It's funny to think about going to my startup, my first job out of college, going to this startup, coming back to our little 700 square foot apartment and like putting down mats and exercising for 2 hours every day with my wife, which in retrospect, it was great.
Shit,
Forced
P90X was
connection.
2 hours?
Like an hour and a half. Like you would do the long video and then you would do ab ripper. So it was almost always an hour.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I only ever did ab ripper.
Oh no, man. If we want to add, me and you, you want to do P90X, bro?
This is how we enter the manosphere, right?
Let's
we start doing P90X again.
All right, let me give you my rubric.
Who has the fucking time, man? That's
I
so
know.
much time.
I have all the time in the world, and I still don't have the time to do that.
I went to the gym for like 35 minutes today, and I felt good about myself. But man, an hour and a half plus ab ripper, that's ridiculous.
I got abs though. I got 4 of them easily visible, and then 6 if I didn't eat a lot that day and didn't drink a lot of water. So this is tools, or I'm using the Xanax one, which I think that the parent category was tools, and then it was shortcuts. And so this one's a long cut. There's nothing shortcut about this. And so this is long cuts. Short-term value, I put down 2, mostly because I felt like throwing up every day, pretty much until the last time I did it. It never felt good. It always felt gross. It always was hard. Even when we could start doing pull-ups, like lots of pull-ups, it was still hard to do the first pull-ups. So there's some version of weight stuff that just always makes me feel gross, even if I feel good half an hour later. Long-term value 10. Great structure, great understanding. It was a good kind of foundation to fitness and to nutrition for me that I didn't have. And then lastly, for some reason I had naughty as a category for shortcuts, which made more sense. So I'm keeping it. I did it a 4 because after you've done it, when you've done it 100 times, you start to have to find things to get interested in. And at least there's very handsome guys and ladies there. And so like, even I went back and watched a video and I was like, oh, I remember that German lady. I didn't think I could bring her back in my head, but I stared at her for a year. Same thing with Tony. Man, Tony's arms are great looking. So yeah, that's it for P90.
Yeah, that's I feel pretty good about this one. Do you want to pull up the tier list?
Oh yeah,
we can put it on. But I really like. I look back on P90X quite fondly, even when I think about like I only did the one thing. But I think about that video and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to watch it. Kind of want to try ab ripper again and see how hard it is.
Dude, it's so hard. Hey, this week, let's both do ab ripper and we can talk about it next week.
All right.
I'll do it once. It's going to feel so gross.
It's short though. Ab ripper is like, what?
Oh, man.
20 minutes?
Ashton, they got P90X Generation Next, powered by AI. It's an AI Tony Horton. He died and Wait, did he die? Did they make him an avatar?
Did he die?
Did they AI Tony Horton?
R.I.P.
No, he's alive. Wow, I thought he was old back then. Anyways, I'm just staring at Tony Horton's body now. He looks good. He looks good, man. He looks like my age. What the fuck?
But he also looks like, you're right in that P90X showcases like, this is pre-HGH and Marvel bodies.
That is true. Yeah.
Which I think is like kind of nice to see.
That's a great call out. I agree. Like one guy was really big, but not like that. Not like unrealistic. You had a trainer and nutritionist for 9 months and you were able to do it and then you had to stop. So
here, I got a link. I got a link to ab ripper X. I'm putting it in our show notes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just hearing the music in the background of this video. This is not ab ripper 100 or 200. This is ab ripper 339. What does that even mean? What is ab ripper 100 or 200 versus ab ripper 339?
So for me, man, is ab ripper
This might be S tier.
Is it S tier?
This might be S tier.
I kind of want to put ab ripper X in S tier.
Let's check on him. Is he problematic? He said it's Tony Morton.
I didn't want to look that up before. Yeah.
Hold on. Am I related to him?
All right. Of the Hortons?
My mom's last name is Horton.
Of the Tony Hortons? Where's he come from?
He's 67. Rhode Island. So unlikely.
Ooh, he has a video called his CrossFit.
He doesn't have a controversy section.
No,
he did some improv work, which makes sense. He does kind of look HGH level now, though. He doesn't look as good anymore.
Well, he's old.
Yeah, he looks like he has some work done. Okay, but either way, I think this is S tier for me.
All right.
I have nothing but good memories of Peanut.
All right, he's there. He's in S.
put Tony in the tier of the gods with the bloomin' onion.
Man, if you told me, I found myself smiling as I put P90X in S tier. What do you?
I
what are you
know. It
Is this how
feels
you feel about
good.
Superman? Like
It
it's
feels
confusing.
good.
No,
It's
fuck
not
you. You're
as
wrong
good
on
as I
that
feel
one.
about. Like, I feel better about P90X.
Oh, good, good,
That's why
good.
it's an S tier. Oh, look at that. That's nice. That's nice.
Okay.
What else is up there? My lucky coin, first cup of coffee, Scream at the beach.
which is a
Xanax.
fan fave, one of my faves too, based on the amount of you did as a zombie.
Always the episodes I have to edit. What's the one in the middle?
Big Trouble. How did Big Trouble in
Oh,
Little
that's
China
right.
end up in S tier?
That's right, because it's structural to the podcast. If we had a tier above S, we'd have to put it in it because that was the inception for the podcast, and without it, we wouldn't have it. Like wanting to talk about that item is what created this podcast.
Okay. I thought I remembered you using one of your vetoes
Nope.
just so you could get
No,
it.
this was all you, buddy. This
okay.
was all you were the one who argued to make it structural.
Structural items does sound like something I would gravitate towards. So.
Yeah, S is for structural. Okay.
All right. Bring us home, big dog.
Let's go home. All right. So this is related to New Year's resolutions. I had a couple ideas, but then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's do this. So these are my yearly bingo sheets. But before that, so a couple of years ago, I told you that my therapist told me to do intentions rather than resolutions. And I think my solution to that was like just make a fuck ton of resolutions and then give myself extrinsic motivation to do them. So my first bingo sheet had a reward system tied to it. This was my 2024 bingo sheet. This is the only one that I fully completed, but I gave myself rewards for completing it. And it's basically a list of goals for the year. This one in particular, pretty fond of because this is what got my book published. In the bottom corner here, you can see it says 50 writing submissions, and then like 40 writing submissions, 25 writing submissions, 10 writing submissions.
Oh,
so like a progressive sliding scale.
That's smart. Yeah.
And then one of these is like finish editing Kadasi, which is the book that came out. Read 10 new books, go bowling, leave the country temporarily. Temporarily was
what is temporarily?
Yeah, it means like don't flee the country, just like go on a trip.
Are you afraid if you didn't put temporarily, you wouldn't come back?
It felt like an important thing for me to put on there. Apparently.
Interesting. Okay.
Write 50,000 words on a new novel. So this felt pretty good. I had a series of rewards that ranged from like fancy coffee to Legos to golf clubs, and I achieved them all. And so I got a new set of irons and things like that. I was like, oh, that's fun. I'm gonna do it again. And then this is last year. So I changed a couple of these midway through the year because we got a puppy. So you'll notice there's some on here that are like, make it to 4 months without losing my mind. Let's make it to 4 months of having my puppy being 4 months old so that I didn't lose my mind because it freaked me out. And then like leave Alan with stranger for a day. Alan is my dog. He's very cute. Or like finish puppy training and all that kind of stuff. But then I fucked up and I had one that was 31 days of music, which was spend 10 minutes on 31 different days making new music. And I didn't do that.
What is like playing guitar count or no? It's actually making.
Because like I do that all the time of playing covers of other people's music. This was specifically to create new music. Okay. And I started off strong and then like fell off hard.
That's a big one. I mean, looking at some of these others, like that one was probably, if I'm looking through real quick, the hardest. No, 1 month meditation.
I thought it was going to be easier than it was because it's only 10 minutes. Like it doesn't seem like that much.
That's fair. Okay.
But, and like 31 drawings seems harder than that. But then I started drawing icons for this podcast and it was fine. And then like also like getting massage therapy 10 times did not complete that. Very difficult for some reason. Mostly is because I had weird experiences with massage therapy in West Seattle, which we're going to go on a quick tangent. The first place I went was this lady, and I swear she just tossed me around like a rag doll on a table. And then she kept saying like, oh yeah, your neck. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, no, your neck, very sore, neck. And she just kept saying neck. And then she would grab my head and like pull me back and forth and then like move my legs across the table. And like, it was like,
this does not sound like medical massage. What do you,
it was awful.
Why did you go?
Awful.
You needed to get, you have to go to a medical massage place, not a massage.
This was a medical massage place. This was like HSA approved. Okay.
Oh wow!
And then
if
I was
some
like,
lady
I'm never
said
going back
neck to me and then touched my neck, I'd run out of there.
Yeah, neck. She just kept saying neck to me, and then Okay, so after the neck massage, I was like, I need a break. I was looking for other massage places, and I saw this place that looked a little bit sus. And I was talking to my wife, and I was like, I have this irrational fear that I'm gonna go to a place and it's gonna be a rub and tug, and I'm not gonna know. And she was like, "That's crazy. Those don't exist." And then
They definitely exist.
right, and so then I was like, okay, but then I was like about to book a massage at this place, and I was like, I'm gonna do just a bit more research, and because I looked at the pictures, and the pictures were all this woman looking very, very sexy in massage poses, and then I found out that she had a massage parlor in the U District and in Federal Way that had both been closed down, and then I found a rating on a website for rub and tugs, and I was like, this is a sex massage parlor. This is not what I want. Yes.
What was the rating? What did it say?
I actually don't remember what the rating on there was. What I do remember was reading Google Maps reviews and then seeing an old man say that this is the best massage he ever had, and then two women saying, I don't think this is actually a massage place. And the other one I fucked up on was visiting another troll.
How did you? I have
How did
one.
I not? I don't know. We
I have a
came really
troll.
close. Honestly, when we were together one time, we talked about going to the Issaquah troll, and then we didn't.
Hmm.
And I want to go to the Issaquah one. I really want to go to that could be one of our spontaneous activities is go to the Vashon troll. Because I love Vashon. And it's a cool island. We should
If
go
I can
there.
get a slice of, it's like a Roman pizza at that bakery. It's very good. It's like a
Yeah,
big.
if we can
like
go to Dragon
focaccia.
Head Cidery.
Man, I want pizza now.
Yeah. So, anyways, okay. So that was that one, and then here's this year.
Ooh.
We got a lot of stuff on here, like a lot of like basically for those listening at home. There's a lot of stuff that's like write more, jump in cold ass water 12 times, learn basic Python, watch new movies, read books, write 5 dumb songs, write 1 real song. So like
If you had to
songs are
assign
really dumb.
a top level
What?
challenge level to 24, 25, and 26, what would each one be?
Ooh, let's look back at 24. Honestly, 24 does not feel like that high of a challenge level to me. But
I mean, and I'm not saying it's better to be challenged. I'm kind of looking at yours and seeing now you're
Yeah.
just making bigger numbers.
I think honestly, so that's part of what I'm worried about here and part of what I wanted to talk about. I would say that 2026 is maybe my hardest to date,
Mhm.
which is why I think this might be becoming a problem for me. You will notice there is a space here for Carnage Challenge,
Mhm.
which we will put the spontaneity in that
6
space.
yeah.
The 1 month no sweets is a recurring one that I did last year. No sugar other than like fruit for a month. It made me very grumpy, but I felt very good afterward.
What about things with honey or that kind of stuff?
I think if it starts to feel like you're getting a treat, then it's
Okay.
against the spirit of the thing.
Okay.
But I mean, like most of these feel pretty attainable. The write 5 dumb songs and write 1 real song. That's honestly that seems like the hardest thing on here to me. And maybe learning 3 songs on lead guitar. I have 3 music things on here that are very, very difficult, and it's because I kind of fell off music when I got my puppy last year, and I'm getting back to it, and I want to get back into it more.
I can
And
tell
then
you
I
the
put
first one.
25 submissions on here as well. But
The first one I'd have done is clean out my closet because that's an easy thing to do before you do all the hard ones. 'Cause
yeah,
that's what I do for everything.
yeah. When you think fix the bathroom light would be on there,
Or
too,
that,
'cause
I would
just
yeah,
means
I would
calling
fix
an
that.
electrician. But yeah, so
I'll come do it. Pay me.
okay, come fix my bathroom light because I honestly can't figure out how to.
So technically,
Step 1 is I can't get the fucking glass cover off it.
you
I
just
don't know if
spin
they
it.
painted over it or what they did, but it does not come off.
Hmm.
It does not twist, and I've
That feels
twisted
like
it
it.
hard enough that
As
I'm
an
afraid it's going to shatter in my hands.
as an elder millennial and a childless father, I feel like I can help you, baby boy. But just so you know, legally, you are doing the work. I am watching as a friend and maybe saying some words, but otherwise, that's illegal.
Yeah, for because it's electricity. Yeah,
Not licensed.
yeah. Okay. So that's the gist of my bingo cards are these goals I set for myself. They seem to be getting bigger and bigger, which is a trend in my life of like if I beat one challenge, I challenge myself to do it again and faster and never stop. So my questions, so I have questions for you. And the first one is this good for me?
I think the idea of it, and especially going into it with almost like a half bit, knowing that there is a possible negative side of putting. So I mean, let me ask you a question. Is this fear or shame based? Like, what is the power you're using to do these things? Because I know mine would be more negative self talk than positive, but we're different.
Yeah, so the interesting thing is, like, the only person that sees it is me. So it is
Mhm.
internal, and I actually stopped rewarding myself for completing
That one I think is
them
good. Yeah.
last year. Like, there is no reward tied to it anymore, it's just there.
I have an idea,
Okay.
and partly because, like, maybe even this is, I don't know if you listened to yourself, but when you said you did not complete last year, you said you fucked it up, which I think in the
Mm,
spirit, there's nothing to fuck up. And so one thing maybe is, so bingo, generally you can get lots of different ways. Like blacking out your bingo board, that's that's
that's how I had my reward structured, was traditional bingo, so I had, like, a reward for 4 corners, a reward for 3
I like
bingos.
that. It
Yeah.
adds some randomness, and I think actually having the goal of blacking it out, take it off the table. I think the idea that you're going to do every box as a starting point, unless that is the primary, like the completionist aspect, like doing a couple rows or having fun things. I For me, I think taking off having to do every box would make it healthier for me. I don't know if that's the case for you.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, right? Because I tried to pick things that mostly that I wanted to do.
Yeah,
And, like, clearly I can do it without completing it, because there wasn't a great deal of self-shame after not doing last year's. Because
good.
honestly, like, the reason I didn't complete last year's is I did something very hard for me, which was
Yeah,
get a
did a great
puppy.
job at it, and it brought you a lot of joy. And yeah,
Yeah, he's a little shithead, but I love him. But so I think yeah, just as long as it's not something I have to complete. And the thing I'm worried about is, like, is it killing my intrinsic motivation to do things? And is it stopping me from following my creative bliss? Because I read a couple of years ago a book by Rick Rubin about creativity. And one of the main things he talks about is just like, if you don't want to do it that day, don't do it.
yeah, like
Like,
forcing
go,
yourself.
which is like okay advice, but I honestly think as a writer, if you have a day where you don't want to write and you don't write, then you'll never write,
No,
because
yeah. So like going back, like
it's hard.
when I build like I struggled with, especially on sports and exercise, as much as the habit was good, it got to a point where I wasn't allowing myself to rest. And I ultimately started injuring myself. And so now I'm in a cycle of injury in part because I've blown through that. And then I've also realized that I was using negative tools and I don't want to have to do that. And so that makes me not want to employ that same sort of structure. But no, man, I think there's some, at least for some people, and I think for both of us, it's very powerful to get into a structure that feels like you don't have an option to not do it.
Yeah. I think
So
that's part of ADHD, right? Is
yeah,
you need it. You need a little bit of the fire.
so that's where
Otherwise, there's always going to be something else.
so that's where the one thing, and I'll look offline and tell you as a human, not on a podcast, but you just pumping up the numbers now feels don't get me wrong, having a good meditate, like what, like 100 meditations, fantastic, but now like you have like some 50s in there of stuff that aren't necessarily fun or healthy.
Yeah, it's 50 days of over 1,000 words, which when I was thinking about it, I was like, that's once a week.
Yeah, which
Once a week,
you can
having a
hit.
day where you write over 1,000 words,
Yeah,
which is very doable.
okay, so maybe that's it. Maybe going through them, and like hopefully they're all things that you would generally hit anyways, and you are just kind of putting some structure and incentives around them, and then maybe some ones that, if you give yourself a goal, you're better off hitting it without necessarily just trying to like rack up fantasy points for yourself and no one else looks at it.
Yeah, I
Which
think that's a good
does, a
point.
one person fantasy league sounds like a great tool.
Ooh,
I'd be so
interesting.
mean to me. I'd fucking trade me the first day.
Fantasy Human
I'd leave
League.
myself on the wire the whole year.
You're a free agent.
I'm a free agent.
All right. So I don't really have a ranking system for this, other than, like, I wanted to ask those questions and figure out, like, is this something that's good for me? It's definitely something I've done for a while. Where's
Yeah.
our tier list now? I always forget.
Give me your little bingo, or I can grab it too. And then
Yeah, I
start
didn't make
thinking
an
about,
icon for this one because I was like, I'm just going to use my bingo sheet.
oh, yeah.
Here you go.
Here,
Let's do some categories. First category, is this helpful for me? Objectively, yes. Like, it has had tangibly good outcomes for me. It is no longer extrinsically based because there is no reward system. So that seems good, but it
But I
does.
don't think the rewards are bad though. Like
Yeah,
maybe
it's
a little
tough
bit of
because like last year
yeah.
I had a reward list and then I would hit the thing and then I just wouldn't buy myself the reward
Yeah.
because I was like, oh, I don't want to spend money.
Yeah.
And I had like fun stuff on there, like Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee, which is stupid expensive, but it's so good. And it's something I wouldn't buy normally. But
Yeah.
so
Maybe
so I'm gonna say potential for misuse pretty high. Like I could definitely abuse myself with this if I let it go for too long.
mhm.
But at the moment it's mostly harmless and I think improving my life. So I'm gonna put it in B tier if you're okay with that.
I am because I think you have a healthy amount of critical kind of observation on it, knowing. And so I think that's good. I do think if we're here a year from now, we should evaluate it for self-flagellation, which is something we do have the ability to put it in, and then
Yeah.
that either makes it go up or down depending on if we're
Yeah, I think we
flagellating.
come back, we reevaluate it in a year, we see if it's still doing good stuff. And real quick, let's pick one to knock off in favor of getting good at the finals.
You playing better in the finals will be vibe based, but you getting good at a specific skill thing in this tool, or we can use the one built into the finals, which is
The
actually pretty
practice
cool.
range?
Yeah, so they added a bunch of skill things and they can be very, very hard. And so let's do that. I will choose a difficulty and time goal for a weapon and a
Okay.
class. And your goal is to get there by the end of the year. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be above wherever I'm at because those things crush me.
Okay. All right.
Okay, cool.
I'm down. I'm in. And that's good
Uh,
because then it's something that I might not achieve.
what does learn basic Python mean? Like,
So I don't know Python.
at all.
I'm already getting there. I just started like so I vibe code with Python a lot
Yeah.
using ChatGPT and I can kind of like understand what it does, but I want to be able to write it for a test if I ever need to. And so I've been reading basic Python stuff online and then like honestly whiteboarding code on a notepad
Nice.
so that I understand what it does.
Is the
Because
syntax
I think
different
that
enough?
ChatGPT is making me dumber
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I want to actually learn new skills rather than just relying on an LLM to do it for me because I'm just genuinely afraid that I'm already too dependent on ChatGPT and I don't want to be.
What are you trying to accomplish with 12 jumps in cold ass water?
So jumping in cold ass water feels amazing to me and
Okay.
is a hard reset for my brain.
Yeah.
And so I like it. And it's very close. Like I just go down to the beach near my
Yeah.
house and we run and jump in 30 seconds to a minute, come out, and it's like I don't know, it's good for like it makes my arthritis feel good and it makes my brain feel good for a little bit. I like polar plunging.
Man, now I want to. Oh, okay.
I'd be okay with knocking off. We could knock off. I kind of want to keep lead guitar.
I have one. I have one.
Okay.
There isn't a chance in this world you don't see a new troll this year, and it was there last year. So unless it's important for you to put the things that you quote unquote fucked up on into the new year, then I would say let's go see a troll.
Okay. All right. Let's go see a troll and we'll take it off. We'll take it off with the understanding that we will see a troll together this year.
Yeah, you'll get good.
I'm just going to text you for a spontaneous and it will just say troll day one day.
I mean, the one's 10 minutes from my house, so that kind of fits in with spotting. Like, if you tell me
Yeah.
come see troll, if I'm still not working,
No, I'm just
easy.
going to text you troll day. And
Oh,
that's
troll
it.
day. Done. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like taking pictures of Alan with trolls.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah. All right. That's a pod. I feel like we got it.
That's how you're gonna end it.
No, we're gonna do an affirmation, of
Oh,
course.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We did a lot of affirmations today.
Yeah. My affirmation for you is I appreciate the thought that you brought to your resolution, all three of them, because I think that they are all three very relevant. Even the get good one, though it is funny, like they felt genuine and they feel like things that I do actually want to improve on. So thank you for that.
Can I use the same? Yeah. No, I think it's validating in and not like in the fun sense. It's like, yeah, that's a struggle. So here's a goal, which is good.
Yeah.
And it already motivates me. It makes me want to, I might go do a bingo card and then I'll run it by you because I know I'm probably going to beat myself up on it. But
It'd be
no,
good. We could be. It's basically like being an accountability buddy.
yeah. All right. Now it's a pod. And you know what
Now
we
it's a
say?
pod.
Say sign off. Say our normal sign off to our little mistakes.
Oh, of course, yeah. Hey, everybody, I just want you to know, like, you might make a mistake, and you might think that makes us love you less, and you're right. While we call you our little mistakes, we want you to be
What?
better. So just do better next time. Just
Oh
do
man.
better.
Okay, we're
You
gonna
can be
think.
better than that.